Yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Think it's about that time. Welcome to the room, yo, take a seat. Grab a snack and kick back your feet. The stream is near, but now it's here. Time for the show, no need to fear. Welcome to the fan, feel free to chat. Coming in strong like a running back. There's only one rule, don't be a troll. The rock gonna come and let you know you roll. Mob going in, going all or nothing. Don't forget to hit the follow button. Mob's crew got all the swagger. Spamming the room with all the cappers. Taco Bell and Taco Supreme. Keep your eyes open for a secret stream. Hang a while, never overstayed. Every now and then mistakes are made. Look for entertainment to look no more. Best recognized Monster 64. Yeah.
Everybody, welcome. Happy hump day to you all. I got a big treat for you guys. Oh man, we have I don't know, I call this a great podcast tonight. It's gonna be one of your favorite mods that you see in the room all the time. The maker of your wonderful intro. Everybody, let's give mad props to our boy, Ooze Dude.
Hey, yo!
What's happening, man?
What up? What's going on, brother?
How you doing, guy? How you doing, Joey?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Glad to be here, man.
Oh,
How you doing today?
Glad to have you on, man. And I want to say thanks again for making that badass intro.
Dude, no doubt. My pleasure, man.
I mean, it was so good that someone flagged it on YouTube and took that channel out, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, dude.
Tell us how you came up with that. I mean, yeah, I know you got the beat from somewhere else, but
Yep.
it's the words that kind of like, get you there. Was it hard to make those lyrics or what?
Honestly, it was hard because it wasn't like any other project I've ever done before. Usually when I do my raps, I don't always have such a set topic. I kind of just go off whatever.
Yeah.
But that had to be one set thing, and it had to be just strictly about the stream.
Yeah.
And it was tough. I had a tough time. It took me like months to do it. I kept telling you I was going to do it, and then finally I got it to you. And then I had to take the time to drive down to Jersey to my brother's studio and record it down there. But sorry it took forever, but I'm glad you finally have it.
Dude, it sounds fucking awesome. So I'm glad you took your time with that. People love it. I'm pretty sure the room loves it. Hey guys, give them a round of Kappas if you love that intro. This is the guy that did it all. I mean, I remember following you on your Instagram and when you first told me like, oh yeah, I rap and stuff, and I was like, okay, this guy raps. Yeah. Then you started posting all this stuff on Instagram at, with you on the mic at the studio and all that. I was like, damn, it's like this guy's legit. So, I mean, how long were you doing this kind of stuff?
Well, I'd say that I've been in music like my entire life. I've been surrounded by music. Both my brothers are like 10 years older than I am, but they were never, their thing was just music. They were never like into sports or anything like that. So they like, my brother's playing guitar at a really young age. My other brother's playing drums at a really young age. And I've kind of always been surrounded by music, but not really rap music. I've just been surrounded by kind of like rock music, punk rock, all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And like with my generation, obviously it's all like rap music and like that's the kind of stuff you hear on the radio. So I got into some rap music, and then I kind of realized I don't like the stuff on the radio. Like it's not really my thing. I started digging deeper into like older style like rap music, like 90s, late 80s, like Pac and all that type of stuff. And then I slowly just worked my way into underground rappers and like all that stuff. And then I figured it's something I wanted to try to do myself because I always write. I always did like poetry and stuff like that. Yeah. So it just became something that I really like doing. And I've been doing it for probably like 5-6 years now, I'd say.
That's a long time, bro. I mean, who do you find is your major influences when you write, Because there can be so many. There's so many lyricists out there, Who inspires you?
As of right now, like rappers that are around today, I'd say Logic. He's like maybe not known by a lot of people. He's kind of underground, but he's working his way up now.
Yeah.
And that kind of scares me because like when a lot of rappers are underground and they start working in the mainstream, they start like changing up their sound just so like, you know what I mean? They can get in the radio, rotational play and all that stuff. But Logic, man, he's like my top guy that I always listen to for sure.
Nice. Now, like, who was your first rap artist that you followed when you were a wee lad? How old were you when you started doing this? You know,
I'd say when I really got into rap, I was probably like 10, 12 years old, somewhere around there. And I'd say the main guy I probably started listening to, I remember like when I was a kid for Christmas, I got an iPod and my dad got me like a $15 like iPod like music card. You could like buy this one song at a time or whatever. And I think one of the first songs I bought was 99 Problems by Jay-Z.
Dude, that is awesome. I mean, I know you listen to all kinds of music. I mean, what else do you listen to besides rap? I'm sure, like you said, you're into the pop, rock, stuff like that. You know, can you name me some artists that you follow right now that you know, you dig?
I'm pretty much into anything but country. That's like my thing. I can't feel country too much.
You can't do the country thing?
I can't do it. Like I tried
thought
to do
Pennsylvanians do the country thing or whatever. I don't know.
It's big time around here. It is. But originally I'm from Jersey, so I guess it's like my Jersey blood in me that I'm kind of just like into like either like old school punk rock or like rock music. That's pretty much all it. My dad influenced me. Like he would listen to the Ramones, the Clash, all music like that. My dad, he grew up like in the city of New York, and he saw the Ramones counting like 76 times or something. He was in and out of CBGBs like crazy when he was a kid.
That's awesome. Guys, those are songs that you would probably play on Rock Band or Guitar Hero for you guys that aren't into rock. But those are classic bands. And I mean, that's so dope that you have music as a big influence in your life, you know?
Absolutely, man.
I mean, I know you do like so many other things. I know you play a lot of ball, right? How long you been balling for?
I've been balling for, man, a long time. I've been balling since I lived in Jersey, and I moved here when I was like 8. So, I mean, it's been a long time, over 12 years probably.
Oh, nice. I see Jersey represent over here. Well, I know we have other peeps in chat that's from Jersey.
I know Liz is. I rep that 973, man.
Oh, 973. Dude, I mean, man, how do you feel about this whole Twitch experience? I mean, I know you stream here and there. I mean, not as much because I know
not as much.
You had to help out your mom. You had to do a lot of stuff, jobs, things like that. I mean, how did you get introduced into this whole Twitch world?
Well, the first time I ever actually came across Twitch was I bought a Roku player, and I was just kind of browsing through the web looking for different types of channels to watch, and I saw something called Twitch, and it said like the unofficial gaming network or something like that.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is this? So I ended up downloading it, and I saw it was just people live streaming games. I'm like, oh, this is cool. So I ended up getting it, and then eventually the official Twitch came. I guess like the unofficial one was just something somebody made that like didn't really have a license to do anything, and then Twitch caught on. They were probably like, oh, well, we could do this and get more followers. Yeah. So that's how I actually found out about it. And then I ended up getting my Xbox One, and I saw you could like stream to Twitch, and I was like, well, I want to stream, you know, like I thought it was cool. And my one boy Beans that I've talked to a couple people about that usually watch the stream. We play 2K a lot, and we were like going back and forth at each other, like, man, I'll kick your ass. He'll kick my ass. We're just going back and forth. And I was like, well, why don't we try this streaming? And like maybe we could stream it, and then we could post the link on Facebook, and whoever wants to watch could watch. Because like I didn't want to have like 50 kids in my house like watching us play. So I figured, yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. And that's pretty much how I first got into it. We ended up streaming, and we had a blast, and I continued doing it.
Yeah, that's awesome. In case you guys didn't know, Twitch did derive from this website called Justin.tv. Any of you guys heard of that before? I know that used to be a site that you could stream whatever the fuck you want. Whether it be video games, your life, or podcasts like we're doing and stuff. If you guys actually go to Justin.tv now, it actually has a video, like a little thanks to all the people that worked there or something. But then that turned into Twitch, and now Twitch is this huge thing. And I know Twitch has been around since, I want to say, 2014? 2 years ago or about, right?
I think so.
Like that. I mean, do you plan on streaming more? Because, man, I haven't seen you. I know you're just like a busybody now, right?
I know, dude. I always got some stupid shit going on, man. And it's hard, like, at first, like, I really started streaming actually when I lost my old job. I worked at a warehouse, and the company I worked for closed up, and they moved south, and I had like a ton of free time.
Yeah.
And I started streaming, and then once I ended up getting a new job and everything, it's just like, and then trying to like hold a relationship and
Oh
all
yeah,
different things,
yeah.
playing basketball and just like, you know what I mean? It's hard to find time sometimes, you know.
Dude, I remember what got me was when you told me you went to wrestling school. Again, I was like, okay, this guy says he raps. This guy he said he went to
Yeah.
wrestling school. Then I check your Instagram, and this guy's taking bumps in a real wrestling ring. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy is for
Yeah.
real. He's legit. I mean,
It's funny.
tell
People
us-
say that shit all the time. They're like, "Yo, you know, you say you do this, you say you do that," and like a lot of people say shit like that. But then
Yeah.
you actually you prove it and you back it, and then it's like, "Oh shit, that's cool." But
that.
yeah, wrestling. It was a crazy experience, man. It was.
I mean, if anything, I think wrestling is the thing that got us together.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you actually hopped in a Dead Rising stream out of all the
I did.
games we were streaming that night.
Yeah.
And then I don't, yeah. And then this is when, before we did this whole OBS thing and like, we were streaming straight from the Xbox and you popped up and I forgot how late it was that night. If it was late
Yeah,
for
it was
me,
late.
yeah, it was late for
Yeah.
you because you're
It
3
was
hours
probably like
ahead.
4 in the morning, I think. Yeah, it was late,
Dang,
dude.
you had nothing else to do but pop in a Dead Rising stream.
Yeah, I remember I was at my girlfriend's house and I was just browsing through. She was like out cold, so I was trying to stay quiet. I had like my headphones in and I was just browsing through.
Yeah.
And I was interested in buying a new zombie game, but I didn't know anything about any type of zombie games for the Xbox.
Yeah.
So somebody told me about Dead Rising. I figured I would see a stream and see if it was something that I was interested in, and that's when I came across you. And I remember you actually didn't have your camera set up or anything. You were sick at the time.
Oh yeah.
You and I was like, it's kind of funny because like usually when I end up like looking for a streamer, if they don't have a camera, like I usually don't even like pop in. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to sound like a douche or anything, but like I feel like, you know what I mean? I just if someone has a camera, I want to interact. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Oh, definitely,
And
definitely.
I popped in, and then you were telling me like you weren't feeling good. You usually use a camera and stuff, and we were bullshitting for a while. We might even have talked about wrestling for a little while too.
Oh, wrestling. That leads into yeah. Okay, so you going to wrestling school? I want to know your whole. I know you told me like a while ago how you started doing the wrestling school stuff. I want to hear you tell the room how you even ventured into wrestling school because people talk about it. You're actually
Yeah.
one that actually tried to do it, and yeah.
Yep.
What got you into the hype? What made you do it, dude?
Well, I have like a community center probably like 10 minutes away from my house, and they were putting on like local independent shows. And my older brother is friends with a guy who was actually one of the wrestlers, and he invited us to go down, and it just seemed like something cool because like I always watched wrestling, and I was just thinking, man, like if these guys could do this, then I could do this, and there's a way to do it locally. There's some kind of school around here that I could do it. So I ended up I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she was saying that like her aunt's boyfriend is actually a pro wrestler
So
around
your
here.
girlfriend was cool with this. She was like supporting you because a lot
Yeah.
of our girlfriends would be like, no, why don't you get yourself a job? But your girl supported you. Mad
Yeah.
props to her, dude. Mad props to
Yeah,
her.
absolutely. She supports me to all the crazy shit I come up with. So definitely shout out to her for putting up with all my shit.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I end up that dude's name is Harzang, and Harzang, I ended up meeting him, and he was a real cool guy, and he was telling me that he goes to a school in Scranton, which is like 10 minutes away from me. And he invited me to go to the school with him, and they were actually putting on a show. So I went to go check out the show, and I was talking to the owner of the place, and the dude actually did work for WWE for a little bit. He did like some extra work, and for TNA too. So he kind of hooked me in. He's like, "Why don't you come like hang out with us? You know, you could train with us for the day if you want." So I did. I went down and I ended up training with them, and it was hard, man. It was definitely tough work. A big workout. Running the ropes, like I was running the ropes, I remember, and like my back was just bruised because like the ropes are so tight, and the way you have to like hit off the ropes and the steps and everything, like
Yeah.
yeah, it was tough, man. And by the end of the class, the dude was just like, "All right, here's the contract. Sign here."
Gave you a contract. What, for the school?
Yeah,
Or
for
are
the
they we're gonna toss your ass in shows and you'll be a jobber? What? It was a
It was
contract.
that too. Like it was that too. Like I would have to be ring crew and like for like the first 6 months, and then for all the shows I'd have to travel. I'd either have to hold a camera, I'd have to hold a mic.